Hi everybody, it is Deacon Mike from Holy Angels Independent Catholic Church with you today. As you can see behind me, I'm coming to you from the beautiful Emerald Isle of Ireland, where this is the Orange County, California version of it. By the way, you can join us every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. for Mass at Holy Angels Church. We're located in North Tustin, California, in the small Catholic chapel on the campus of Church of the Foothills at the corner of Newport Boulevard and Dodge Avenue in the beautiful city of North Tustin, California. And feel free to join us. This is the place where all are welcome to come and enjoy fellowship with Christ. And everyone is welcome at his Eucharist table, no matter what your situation is in life. You are all welcome to join Christ in his family. Okay. This is being recorded just as we're about to go into March of this year. And we are thinking about the meditative and contemplative season of Lent coming up. And for many of us, we're looking very much forward to March 17th, the feast day of St. Patrick, which will be the subject of our little chat about saints this time. St. Patrick was not always named St. Patrick. He was born, let me check my note. He was born a young man. Actually, he was born a baby. He was born in around the probably early or mid 5th century, which puts him in the early 400s AD. So he's born a long time ago. And his given name was Maewyn Succat. It wasn't always St. Patrick. Maewyn Succat was probably born in the area somewhere around Western England, which we call today maybe the area of Wales. He was born into a comfortable family, a third-generation Christian. His father and grandfather were both clerics. But around the time he was a teenager, he had moved far away from his faith and probably would not self-identify as a Christian at that point. And during this time of his life, the area of the land that he was living in, his village, was overrun by marauders from Ireland. And he was taken captive and held in slavery for 6 years. And even though he did not really self-identify as a Christian so much, when he was a teenager, he started praying. He spent 6 years as a slave where he was basically a shepherd or a tender of cattle, praying, he said, maybe hundreds of times a day. Obviously, a happy time in his life. So he eventually received a word from God. He got a vision saying, I want you to come back to your homeland. And he was given a further vision of a port that was a couple hundred miles away and had no idea where he was going, but he told a ship was waiting for him there. And off he went. He finally got to the ship, and when he requested board to be able to come on board the ship, he was denied that. As he was walking away in a really dejected way, he was praying to God, and all of a sudden the crew of the ship called out to him and welcomed him back onto the ship. So he was able to return to his homeland. And once he did finally arrive, he decided to go into the clergy himself, studied in missionaries, and eventually was ordained and was a cleric. And one day he received yet another vision. And by the way, I neglected to tell you that while he was a slave and tending all those sheep, he became enamored with the people of Ireland. And he had this heart for them. And they were a pagan people. They worshipped the sky, they worshipped the sun, and they had no idea of Christianity. So he received a call to come back to Ireland and left his happy homeland and went back to Ireland and spent the rest of his life in ministry to those people. Over many years, through many hardships, he built churches. He ended up converting the entire island of Ireland away from paganism into Christianity. And for that, he will never be forgotten and was always revered as St. Patrick. He tells us the story in a writing called the Confessions that he wrote later on, late in his life. He died of natural causes. And the historical birthplace of his is in Ireland today. So what is he most famous for besides being Irish? Everybody kind of wants to be Irish, especially on St. Patrick's Day. Who doesn't like Guinness beer, green beer, and people with red hair? So And of course, he's associated with driving the snakes out of Ireland, and of course, the shamrock. And the shamrock is what brings us to our message today, I think. He is famous for driving the snakes out of Ireland. And of course, the experts tell us that there were never snakes on Ireland because the water around Ireland is too cold for snakes to migrate. However, St. Patrick did drive the pagan spirituality out of Ireland and brought the Irish people to a relationship with the one true monotheistic God that we know through Jesus Christ. And the shamrock, why the shamrock? The shamrock, the three-leaf clover, if you will. The mythology around St. Patrick reminds us that he used the shamrock to explain the mystery of the Holy Trinity to the people, where each leaf, each branch of the shamrock represents an element of the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, each as a separate leaf of the shamrock, but all one complete entity. You can't have a shamrock without all of the leaf. It wouldn't be a shamrock anymore. So it was a way that he was able to use a common element found on the ground all over Ireland to explain the holiness of the Trinity and the reality of the Trinity to the Irish people. It's a lesson we can use today. St. Patrick went to a place far away where he was a stranger. All of us live in a place where, as Christians, we're strangers. We live in a land where there are, these days, probably fewer Christians than there are secular people. We live in a different kind of paganism where people don't worship the sky, the sun, and the moon so much, but maybe other things, more material things. So the beautiful thing about St. Patrick is that his story enables people like you and me, where we can take the everyday things in life, things like a shamrock, things for us that make Christ and God and our life with Christ and the church family make sense. And we can share those things in everyday terms with our friends, people that we work with, and people that we encounter in our day-to-day life. So as we enter this month of March, and for all the year actually, as we think about both the celebration of St. Patrick's on March 17th, and as we think about the serious time that we go through Lent as well, let us think about how we may take the ordinary aspects of our life as we go into a strange land every day, where we might be able to bring Christ, be able to bring Christ to those that we encounter every day in ways that make sense to them in their everyday lives. Peace be with you.